I know quality lenses can be very expensive, but this tiny vintage cheap lens will blow your mind. Check it out. Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Helios 44-58mm f2 vintage lens. Is this lens a good deal for you to purchase as, probably a video lens or a photography lens? There's only one way to find out. So let's review. The Helios 44-f2 is one of the unique vintage lenses known for its distinguishing character. The lens is one of the most popular vintage lenses, and some filmmakers and photographers love it. I love it. The Helios was first produced in 1958. They've come in various models, in various modifications, and really nice. Before I review this lens, I would like to answer most question people ask when surfing the internet for lens reviews, which is, should you buy this lens? Yes, if you're looking for a cheap vintage lens with no image stabilization, no autofocus, and no sharpness like DSLR lenses, the character of the lens may not appear fantastic to filmmakers or photographers who prefer autofocus and sharp digital lenses. So you have to choose wisely. The Helios 44-2 is a low-budget lens with excellent video performance. In performance, the lens holds its ground compared to the mid-range and digital lenses. For the price, its performance would actually blow your mind. I was blown away when I first, tried it, and it's quite amazing. Now let's talk about image quality. When it comes to image quality, Helios 44-2 produces remarkable images. I use this lens for video production majorly, but few photography, and my first impression was great. The lens renders perfect color tone and not aggressive contrast, similar to what we see in Cine lenses, which is really nice. The lens appears soft at f2. Stopping down to f4 improves the sharpness of my footage. It would be great to point out that the sharpness of the Helios is similar to most of the Cine lenses I have used. Not as sharp as these Cine lenses, but one can compare the sharpness of this lens with that of the Samyang 35mm t1.5 Cine lens, which is really amazing. Now, the bokeh performance. This lens is popularly referred to as the king of swirly bokeh. The Helios 44-2f2 earns its title based on performance. Bokeh looks good and beautiful. One of the features I love about the Helios more than the Samyang 85mm t1.5 is the bokeh. If you are looking for a 50-pound lens with nice lens flare, I can assure you that you are in for a good deal. The lens flare is sweet. I don't know how the lens manages to handle light reflection that good, but to be honest, it looks great. You often see such quality on expensive Cine lenses, which is really nice, and you can modify the lens the way you want, and that's a really good thing because it's quite cheap. When we talk about low light performance, like I said in my previous video, the low light performance of any camera is a function of two things: the sensitivity of the camera to light and how wide the lens is open, so that we can have more light coming in, which is really good. The Helios opens wide at f2, and this helps the lens to perform well in low light. The wide open lens may be great for video work, but it will be at the expense of your image sharpness. So you have to actually see how you can, work on the two. So what's my take on the Helios 44-f2? The character of the lens is great. If you're looking for a vintage lens with excellent performance, good image quality, and unique character, then the Helios is a great option for you. I love the bokeh performance, its soft look, how it performs in low light, and mostly its lens flare. It's really not the greatest lens, but it's a great performer and you love it. So I think you should pick one for yourself. If you have this lens and you've used it before, or you have something to say about it, whether it's good or not, please feel free to share and probably share pictures of, what you've done with the lens. It's really fantastic from my own perspective. And the amazing thing is that it's been on lots of sets, and also it's featured in the recent Batman movie, which is really nice, So it's really a great lens for video works majorly, but I've seen a lot of people taking nice pictures with the lens as well. And I've done a little, took some just to experiment. But like I said, I use it majorly for video works and I love it, But if you really want to enjoy the lens, I think you may need to consider buying the modified version, the rehoused version, so that you can actually add a lot of things like, UV filter and some other things, depending on what you prefer and how you think it's going to work for you. But overall, for me, it's a great lens, and I think it's something you should consider. The aperture ring come in two, which is unique. I've not seen that in any lenses before. This is my first time of experiencing it. And if you look at it, the first one allows you to pick your aperture range. So if you pick f2, for example, you can change your aperture to any number. But if you move from f2 to say f5.6, it means that you can adjust your aperture from f2 to f5.6, which really looks amazing. And it feels good and it works well, but it's quite clicky. And it doesn't really matter if you know what you're doing, So basically, for me, it's a good deal for me, and I think you should try it out. Thank you for coming around today. I hope you enjoyed today's review. If you love this video, kindly support and subscribe to my channel. Until I come your way next time, stay blessed. Bye for now.